So I got this call to come up and buy a bunch of jeans, and it was about a 10-hour drive through a blizzard. And there was a bunch of really crazy old denim. And I'm like, okay, how is there this many bucklebacks in one place? What's going on here? So I ended up laying this whole collection out, and I could tell there were four different guys, three of which were skinnier in there, and there was a big guy that was like a 36 or 38 waist. And this is almost all bucklebacks through the early 50s. And I'm laying all this stuff out, looking at all the wear patterns, determined that there's 3 or 4 different guys. And I talked to the person who had owned this stuff, and they said, well, this came from a family of a guy and his 3 sons. I'm like, okay. And I'm like looking, and I'm like, why is there bucklebacks from the 3 sons right up until when World War II started? Then there's not another pair. But the bigger pairs of jeans go all the way to the 50s. So I do some research and come to find out this was on a ranch way back in Mystery State. And when the war started, World War II, these guys got drafted. None of the 3 boys made it back. Dad was left by himself on this ranch to run this ranch. And if you look at his denim, his jeans, you can see through the ages of the stuff. I even have the stuff from when the sons were little kids, all the way up to when they became teenagers, early 20s, and then they got drafted. And you look at the bigger pairs of jeans that were Dad's jeans. When World War II started, all of the jeans from that era, the match strikes, so there were match strikes on all this stuff, but once the war started, the match strikes increased like crazy, so he was under stress. The chew can mark was like worn all the way through, and the jeans were way more torn up. Now this guy was running this ranch by himself, had no sons left. He lost all 3 of them in the war. And you can see this story through the denim. You can see the oldest son, he smoked a little bit, a few match strikes here and there.
That's wild.
And this guy, he lived all the way through World War II by himself. He lost his wife earlier on, so he was by himself. And you can see his very earliest pairs have these beautiful little repairs on them that were obviously done by his wife. And then his stuff, let me show you a pair here. This is really, really something. I got a special pair here. Give me 1 second. Here we go. This was a little later on. Look at those repairs.
He's just getting it done.
Just
do what you got to do.
Whatever works, just to get it done through the war. And by himself. No one to take care of him anymore. No one to cook for him. Through the war and through the late 40s, the size on the jeans went from like a 36 on down. He was losing weight and smoking and stressed out. But this actually does have a happy ending. So this person I got the stuff from, she tells me that he remarried in 51 or 52. And all of a sudden, all the jeans from that era, no match strikes, no chew marks, beautiful repairs, and they all sized up. And he died in like 54, and the last pairs of jeans were like a 40 waist. So he got married, Mama cooked for him, fed him, made him stop smoking, made him stop chewing. He passed away, and she shut the doors of the ranch house and sold it and never looked back. And that denim all laid there until I got it a couple years ago.